Hi everyone, so today we're going to be drawing a tiger. So here we go, let's get started. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit more of a complex drawing, so just hang in there and just remember, do the best you can, okay? Here we go. So to get started, we're going to start with the top of our tiger's head. Over here on this side of the paper, because I'm going to leave room for the rest of my tiger, I'm going to start with a wide rainbow shape. Just like that. Okay, I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger actually. Let's do it like here. There we go. So then now we're gonna draw the ears by drawing two squished kind of rainbow shapes right here. 1 and 2. Just like that. Now, their faces are kind of wide, so I'm gonna draw the cheeks that go from the bottom of the ears. They're gonna go out and then back in, like that, okay? Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I'm gonna go out and then back in. Don't touch them in the middle, okay? Because that's where the mouth is gonna go. Now before I draw that mouth, I'm going to draw the nose, okay? So right here, right where it kind of goes out wide, in the middle of the face, I'm gonna draw a kind of a flat triangle, like that, okay? Flat triangle. Now, from the bottom of that flat triangle, I'm going to draw the part right underneath the nose. And I'm gonna curve around, out wide towards the cheek, curve up, but then you're gonna come down almost like it's touching the corner of the nose, but it's not. It gets very close, okay? I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So I'm gonna start right here underneath the triangle. You're gonna curve out and around and almost touch the nose, but don't. It's like it has a super curly handlebar mustache, okay? Now, we're gonna draw our tiger roaring or growling. So coming from here, right underneath one side of the handlebar mustache, you're gonna draw a line that comes down past the cheeks, long, okay? I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Come down, past the cheek, long, okay? Now I'm gonna draw a straight line to connect these two long lines at the bottom. Right there, straight across, okay? Now we're gonna draw the chin, which goes around the mouth. So go from the side of the cheek, come down, go around the bottom of the mouth, and then go back up to touch this cheek here, okay? Now, here's where it can get kind of tricky. Way up here, we're gonna start the eyes, okay? So just do your best. I'm gonna first put above this side of the handlebar mustache, on the right side, I'm gonna draw kind of like a little leaning rainbow. Can y'all see that? I'm gonna go to this side here and do the same thing above this little handlebar mustache. I'm gonna do another leaning rainbow, but this one is leaning the opposite direction. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw the tops of the eyes coming from the inside edge of that leaning rainbow. So from right here on the inside edge of that leaning rainbow, you're gonna draw a line that comes out and over, like that, okay? Do it again on the other side. Start right here and go out and over, like that. Your tiger looks kind of funny right now, doesn't it? Okay, now we've created the shape and the skin around the eye. We're gonna actually draw the curve of the eyeball next. So, we're gonna draw a curved line. It's almost like a circle, but not the whole circle. So right here, I'm gonna move my brush back so you can see it. We're gonna draw the curve of the outside of the eye, like that, okay? Now we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. over here. Draw the curve of the outside of the eye, right there. We're gonna put 2 tiny pupils by making dots on the inside here. 1 and 2. Okay, we're gonna add the teeth now. Remember, tigers have large canine fangs, canine teeth, which are fangs. So right here on the inside edge of the mouth, we're gonna draw the first tooth by drawing the letter V, V. And on this side, we're gonna do the same thing. Draw another letter V. In between the two, you're gonna draw tiny letter V's. These are the smaller teeth in between, okay? Down on the bottom, because the mouth is open, we have to draw the bottom ones too. So I'm gonna draw like a mountain or the top part of an A right here. I'm gonna do another one on this side of the mouth and put little ones in between. Now we can see a little bit of the tongue too, so I'm gonna use the letter U to draw the tongue right here. Just the letter U, like that. I'm gonna put a line down the middle of it. And voila, you have the tiger tongue. Okay, now we're gonna draw the body of the tiger. The tiger that we're drawing is gonna be closer to us up front and farther away in the back. So anything that's closer to you is gonna be bigger, anything farther away from you is gonna appear smaller. So starting from this part where the ear meets the head on this side, we're gonna draw an angled line diagonally, reaching up towards the top of your paper and curves around and stops like that, almost like the top part of a mountain. This is gonna be your tiger's shoulder blade, kind of peeking through on one side. Now his other shoulder blade is right next to it. So we're gonna draw another little swoop up, but not as big, and then back down, like that, okay? We're still pretty high up. Now we're gonna go over to the side and curve on around. Okay, so I'm gonna stop right there so you can see, curve on around. This is gonna be the back side of our tiger. And this is getting kind of tricky, so just do your best. I'm gonna try and break it down into small steps. So, we've got the back side of our tiger. We're gonna come down to about where the cheek is. So I'm gonna keep coming down and start to curve in just a little bit, okay? Not a whole bunch. Now, I'm gonna curve in and slingshot back out. See how I did that? Slingshot back out, okay? Now, I'm gonna come forward because our tiger is crouching, okay? Notice I'm not very far below the chin, just about even with the chin. So now I'm gonna draw a short line forward. That's the bottom of the back foot, okay? We're gonna draw the top of the paw, so it's just a little curve right there, okay? Now we're gonna draw the top of the foot. They have long feet, so I've drawn that curve. So from here, I'm gonna draw the top of the foot by drawing another line up, okay? Once you've drawn that line up, we have to come forward for the knee of the tiger. So it's gonna go from here, it's gonna come forward, and it's gonna curve right here. That's their knee, bending forward. Remember, it's a crouching tiger. Okay, it looks really small, but remember the head and this paw right here is gonna be really big because it's coming at us, all right? So we've got that there. Now we're gonna see a little bit of the back foot behind this foot. So we're gonna draw, coming from the back of this leg, we're gonna draw another line that comes straight back and then down, like that. But it's shorter than this one because it's farther away. So now I'm gonna draw a straight line forward, and we're gonna see just a little bit of the top of that paw. So it's just another curved line right there. Okay, now this knee is gonna come forward too. So I'm gonna bring the knee forward, but we're not gonna see all that leg because the belly is here, okay? So I'm gonna draw a straight line from the knee of this leg to cross over the knee of that leg. And that makes the belly that separates the two legs, okay? Now we're gonna start on this front paw that's coming at us. See how when I do that, my hand gets really big? It's because it's closer to you. I'm farther away. So same thing with our tiger. This paw, we're gonna start with the elbow, way back here. So we're gonna start with a line going straight down. Come as far down as that knee. So draw a straight line and come as far down as that knee, just like that, okay? With that, you're gonna then angle a line here and it's gonna come down almost to where the chin is. So I'm gonna actually do that now. We're gonna come forward, come down almost directly under the chin. Okay, I'm gonna leave some room and stop right there. Look how much longer this leg is than that one back there. That's because these are way far away and these are up close. Okay, and in fact, I can even bring this elbow up a little bit more to make it look like it's more in front. Okay, now we're gonna draw the flat bottom for this paw here. Remember, it's gonna be bigger than that one, so I'm gonna keep my line going a little bit longer, like that. Now we're gonna round a curved line on top here, just like that. Now this one's kind of tricky, so you draw just that part there, just a little bit of a curved line, and this is gonna go all the way up now, okay? So it's gonna come in a little bit first, come in just a little bit, and then start to get a little bit bigger as the leg gets closer to the body. So see how I started to curve out more? It's come all the way up and around here, okay? And it kind of touched the cheek on mine. If it doesn't touch the cheek on yours, just add a little bit of neck. Tigers actually have really thick, strong necks, okay? Speaking of their thick, strong neck, I'm gonna go from the chin here, right here, and I'm gonna draw a line that goes to the arm. That's to show part of that neck, okay? Now we have to draw a little bit of the other paw way back behind it. So all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna draw two straight lines coming from the chin. 1, 2, they're pretty small. See those two straight lines? And then I'm gonna kind of curve out, just like that, and a little bit out here, out, okay? And now I'm gonna draw a flat line straight across the bottom, just like that, okay? Now I'm gonna separate the toes on my tiger. So right here, we're gonna have 3 short curved lines. 1, and they're kind of curved, they're not super curvy. 2, and 3, like that. Okay, and that by doing 3 lines, we get 4 toes. Okay, over here, we can't see all the toes, so we're just gonna draw 2 lines. 1, 2. Again, on these back feet, we can't see all the toes. Some of them are turned and hidden, so I'm just gonna draw 2 lines right here. 1, and I can't see the other one, so I'm gonna add another toe right there. 2 by drawing a curved line. And then just 1 line right here, 3. Now our tiger is missing the tail right now. So I need to add the tail. We can't see all the tail, but it's crouched, so it's got the tail tucked under. So I'm just gonna draw part of it. I'm gonna come straight down and then loop up like the letter J. See how I did that? Now that's too skinny of a tail for this big tiger. So we have to make it thicker. To do that, we're gonna add a little rainbow on top right here. Little rainbow, just like that, okay? And then you're gonna travel with your brush all along the first line, trying to keep it the same width the whole way back to the tiger. So I'm gonna go around, trying to keep it the same width the whole way back to the tiger, like that. Now, you might say, well, tigers have stripes, where are the stripes? I'm actually going to paint my tiger first, and then I'll show you where the stripes are, because otherwise mine are going to get all messed up since I used paint, okay? I want you to notice where I don't put the color orange. You're gonna notice around the face of the tiger, kind of in their eyebrows and underneath their nose and around their mouth, and along their belly is kind of white. The rest is orange, but just watch, okay? Here we go. Okay, so before I do the stripes, I'm gonna go ahead and paint the tongue and the inside of the mouth, just like that. I mixed red and white to make pink, and I had mixed yellow and red to make orange for my tiger. Now I'm painting the inside of the mouth with that pink. Okay. And I'm gonna give maybe just a touch of pink to the nose, but I might end up going over it with a little bit of black later. There we go. Okay, so before I add the black stripes, I am gonna use a little bit of yellow to paint in the eyes around the pupils. Okay, so just like that, I'm gonna use some yellow right around there. Okay, now someone please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure, I haven't looked this up, I'm pretty sure that tiger stripes are different for each tiger, kind of like human thumbprints. Could be wrong about that, but we're gonna just do tiger stripes in the way that I've seen them on a lot of tigers, but I think they might have some variations. So if yours are a little different than mine, that's okay. All right, for the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna take my black and I'm gonna put a line right here in the middle of the forehead. Y'all see that line? Right here, there's gonna be some lines that wrinkle around the nose. So I'm gonna add, coming from that same point, a few curved lines like that, where the nose is kind of scrunched up. And do the same thing over here. Like that. Okay. I'm gonna put some lines right here under the nose, and they're gonna kind of stem out from the center here. So first I'm outlining my nose so we can see it really well, like that. Okay, in the bottom of the mouth. Okay, can we see that really well now? I'm gonna take those lines and I'm just gonna kind of tap my brush to make it look fuzzy. I'm gonna go out here. They kind of look like whiskers, but they're not. They're actually like stripes right there. And that curves around like that. Do the same thing over here. Tap, 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 tap. Little tiny taps to make it look furry. Okay, I'm gonna curve that on around completely there. Okay, now I'm gonna add a few more little curved lines right in here to make it really look like it's scrunching up its face. I'm gonna redo these lines so we can see them a little bit better. Right here. Right here. Pupil, pupil. Okay. Now I'm going to do the forehead lines. So coming from that center line we did, there's going to be some small lines right here. 1, 2. Then I'm going to do a little bit bigger one. 1, 2. Okay. Then almost like angry eyebrows, we're going to have some that sweep up and out. Up and out. Okay. And then we're also going to do some right here on the forehead that almost curve to touch that middle line. Okay, let's do some bigger ones across there. Bigger across there. Okay, and I'm going to do one way up here. It's going to go all the way across the forehead like that. I'm going to thicken that line down the middle there. Now, coming from the corners of the eyes, we're going to do some lines curving around the cheeks on this side. Do the same thing over here, curving around the cheeks on this side. Okay, then we're going to keep adding lines. So we're going to come out, around, touch the cheek. Same thing on this side. Out, around, touch the cheek. Do it again, back on the other side, a little bit bigger this time. Out and around, touch the cheek. Over here, out and around, touch the cheek. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and outline my mouth so we can see it really well. So I'm going to outline the mouth here, outline the mouth here. Okay, and then I'm going to draw another line right here. Okay, and then there is just a little bit of a line right here, so I'm going to add just a tiny one right there, tiny, tiny, tiny. Okay, now we're going to add some stripes onto the body. So, going up the back, I'm going to draw just a little bit of a line going up like that, like it's heading towards that peak or that mountain or shoulder blade, okay? So, coming from that center line, I'm going to draw some squiggle lines going out and around towards that ear, and then out and around, going, curving on the other side of the body over there. We're gonna keep going, drawing some squiggle lines going down, okay? Remember, we are only seeing part of the tiger, so that's why the lines on the other side are stopping short, okay? Notice how I'm curving my lines a little bit. That's because our tiger is round, okay? Now I'm gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep adding squiggly lines that look like they're going up, around, and then coming down towards the arm. I'm gonna do another one right here at the top of that mountain, curve around like that. Okay, I'm gonna add some right here coming up from the neck, and I put them close together to show that the skin is kind of close and folded, and some coming down on the neck right here a little bit into the white, okay? Almost like a shadow a little bit, okay? Now, I'm going to add a few down here on this paw that are kind of creeping down on the paw, okay? I'm gonna do this arm now, so I'm gonna add a zigzag line right here, tap, 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 tap. One right here, tap, 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 kind of in the middle of that arm, shoulder part right there. I'm gonna add a smaller one right here that looks like it's wrapping around the tiger, and maybe two more of those, okay? Then I'll do one on the forearm and one right there, okay? Now I'm gonna add some going down the back right here, and they're gonna kind of get a little closer together to make it look like my tiger's a little bit scrunched up. Some might touch the top, some might not, okay? They can kind of go up and down. They're gonna start needing to get real close together to make it look like our tiger is kind of scrunched up right there, okay? Some can even go down a little bit onto the belly if you want, like that. You might even see some squiggling down onto the white right there. Okay, really close together, just like that. Okay, now I'm gonna start curving around the knee, like that with my lines. Curve around the knee and down the shin, connect to the foot, around the ankle, like that. I'm gonna do one right here on that paw. I'm gonna do some stripes on the tiger's tail, making them a little bit thicker. And then maybe the end of your tail is black, or you can leave it white, it's up to you. I'm gonna add a few little hairs in the ears just by drawing a tiny little zigzag line right there. Okay, tiny little zigzag line right there. Okay, and then so now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to create a little shadow behind the teeth. So right on top of the tongue, using a dark color, I'm using a black, I'm just going to carefully go over the tongue, the top part of the tongue, but not on top of the teeth, to create a shadow right here. Okay, just like that. Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna add the claws right up here. They're just little tiny triangles, and then I'm going to paint the whole background, okay? So I'll do those claws for you real quick, just by creating a little skinny triangle on each one of these right here. Okay, so straight line, and then the letter V right underneath it, and you can make them bigger or smaller, however you want. That's how I'm gonna make mine, okay? Okay everyone, so I would love to see your tiger creations. Please post your artwork in the comments below. You can paint, draw, watercolor, anything you can find. Make your own tiger. Yeah. And let's see what you can do. Remember, every day I hope that you do something creative, help around the house, read, and get outside. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.